Starting with project number 1, it's going to be this halter tank top, and really the only issue here is that the strap is way too long, so the plan is to just chop it up and sew it back together. When I'm doing sewing projects, I honestly love just starting with the easy ones because it kind of gives me a warm-up, especially on a day like today where I'm fighting my period. And for this one, we just need to shorten the strap, so it's going to be decently easy. I am just going to pin where I want to sew this. I wasn't trying to be super technical with this one. I just sewed exactly where I had pinned, and then I did an overlock stitch just to finish the edge, and then I just folded it over and did a top stitch just to like secure it down so I wouldn't have a flap hanging out underneath this strap. Does it look good? No. Did it do the job? Yes. Do I care that it looks professionally done or not? No, not for this one. Project number 2 is going to be this black pair of shorts that I have had forever, and they are just so long and I'm not into it, so we're gonna hem them finally. These shorts are just a little bit too long, like long enough that I just think that they make me look like a little boy. I don't know if that makes sense, but they're just long enough that it's just not right. I want them to be a lot shorter.
Luke, grab that little hoe.
I do have my tailor's chalk. I'm just going to mark about where I want them to go to. I think what we need to do now is seam rip the original hemline, and then from there we'll be able to measure everything properly, and then we'll get it cut. Past filming Katie didn't do the best job describing what she was actually doing, so voiceover Katie is here to the rescue. Or at least I hope. I folded the hem of the shorts to my new desired hem length, and then once I was done with that, I measured about 1.25 inches with my seam gauge of the fabric, and then I cut off any of the excess. Once I was done with that, I folded the edge of the hem in about 1/4 inch, and then I went in and top stitched it to finish the seam. Something I did recently learn is after you are done sewing, you immediately want to take your piece to the iron because you want to meld the thread to the fabric. So that just kind of helps the thread become one with the fabric. I don't know how else to explain it. We are just going through and doing a quick meld of the shorts, and then they are done. Moving on to project number 3, I thrifted this skirt so long ago. It is so stunning, and I have just been waiting for its moment to finally have a thrift flip. So my idea is that I'm gonna turn it into a maxi style tank top with the front kind of open, if that makes sense. Something that I have been seeing all over as like a trend that I want to participate in so bad is those like long shirts. I don't know if that makes sense. Anyways, I got this free pattern from Mood Fabric, and it kind of has that vibe. It's not exactly what I'm going for, so I'm going to see what I can do to adjust the pattern after I get it all cut out. Now, after cutting out the pattern, I'm not even sure if I want to fully follow it. So that was a great waste of time. This is more or less like how I want the shape of the top to be. The back will definitely need some adjusting for sure. But what I think I'm going to do is just seam rip this entire front section from the zipper. I have the entire seam ripped and the zipper is out, and it's time to finish the edge, and I'm just like really nervous because my sewing machine historically does not do really great with these super delicate fabrics. As predicted, my sewing machine did not accept this fabric whatsoever. I don't know what it is, but when I'm using delicate fabrics like this, like the bobbin just like eats it up. It just consumes the fabric, and it is just such a problem. That being said, we are gonna have to hand sew this project, which is, it is what it is. All I'm doing here is an invisible stitch to connect the lining and the outer shell of the fabric together. I finished the invisible stitch on the first side, but I am definitely running into the problem of it like just wanting to kind of open and sit like that. So my idea is along the edge, I'm just gonna do a back stitch. Good morning. Last night I finished the side seams like so late. It's definitely not the most like perfect, but it's good enough. Before we take in the back, I think that we'll need to do the straps first. I do have the extra like little bit from the shorts, and I figured that this would be perfect for the straps. I'm just gonna give it like a quick press just to try to get these creases out, and then we're just, yeah, going to make the straps out of this. It is much later in the day now, and I am looking much rougher, that's for sure. Much rougher? More? We finished up the straps, and I ended up adding a top stitch to it just because I thought that that would make it more secure, which it definitely did. All I'm going to do is hand sew them directly to the corner, which is going to end up being like the top of the dress, and then we'll try this on and see about where like the straps need to hit on the back. Okay, let's see how this is gonna work. Just about like that, and then I am going to add a hook and eye clasp. I guess I should also do that too before I take it in the back.
I'm sewing the clasps to the back of the dress.
It's not a clasp, it's a strap.
The straps.
Close enough. I did pin all of the layers together because I don't want it to move around like too much when I'm trying this on. Now, we just really have to take in like a little bit here. I'm honestly just going to be blindly pinning everything. I have a few of the pins in. I'm going to take this off and then adjust the pins so the line will sit a little straighter. Okay, I think that that looks pretty good. So we are just going to sew this up. We have finally made it to the last project of this video, which is this brown dress that, again, I thrifted, and it's super cute, but it's just not my vibe. I just don't think it flatters my silhouette. So my idea originally, at least, was to make a corset and shorts out of this, like a cute little matching set. And like the start of every good sewing project, I spent an unreasonable amount of time cutting out the pattern on my floor. Oh my God, this takes so long. I am a little bit nervous about not having enough fabric. I'm just gonna separate the little top from the skirt portion right now. Okay, I guess that worked. Because I'm not 100% certain if I will have enough fabric to do both the corset and the shorts, I know for sure that I do want to turn these into shorts, so that is where I'm going to start. The funny thing about this skirt though is that it has these like pleats going down the front, which like I actually do want to incorporate. I'm just gonna play around with moving the pattern along the fabric and just kind of seeing what we can do here, because I genuinely have no idea. I definitely don't have enough fabric from the dress to make the corset, but I think that's fine because we still have the like top portion of the dress that I can use as like a little crop top or whatever. I am just gonna be following the pattern instructions for the shorts now. I will have this pattern linked in the description for you guys if you want to like use it for yourself. We are calling it right here for the night. I have done almost everything except the waistband and the zipper.
The next day.
Here we are again. It's time to finally finish these shorts. The shorts are looking fantastic so far, if I do say so myself. I'm just going to bust through this. Let's finish this dang project.